Welcome back, y'all. Thanks again for watching. Just wanted to do a quick shout out to my mom's, which the 19th was her birthday. It wouldn't have been her 70th birthday. Definitely really curious on what we've been talking about now and all the life experiences I've had. Would have loved to share it with her, but just wanted to give her a quick shout out and say thanks for everything, Mom, and happy birthday. So the other day, Joe and I went out for another ride. I'm definitely enjoying when we go out and ride, especially with him, because it is not just somewhat a workout or a ride or an adventure. It is definitely philosophical in the things we discuss. One of the topics was why we do what we're doing, or also why we love to share our knowledge and experiences. And that was the topic when we went out the road ride the other day. Why I do it, because I definitely love sharing my passions. Before this, my passion was photography, so I loved sharing that experience or knowledge with other individuals that were getting into it and maybe just starting off. I started photography almost in 2005, almost 20 something years ago, and I've always been an educator and someone that shared information, and I find that that's something maybe we're lacking in today's society. So I definitely love to, whatever's been taught to me, I give back. Same with cycling. Got my first bike in 2007, actually a Trek, which is kind of ironic, I guess, but bought it just to commute back and forth from work, and wanted to have another way to offset maybe budget for gas and car and things like that. And it's a huge reason why I still do it today. I just think it's, and man, if you're in within 5 or 7 miles from work and home, you can commute with no trouble at all. Logistics is crazy because you've got to think about weather and all that kind of stuff, which can become fun after a while, but I want to take my experience and definitely share it with others. So it's kind of a big motivator behind what I do, and I definitely, like I said, love riding with Joe because we discussed that. He walked up the PCT last year, the Pacific Crest Trail, on his own, and came back a different individual. And I think there's a lot of individuals that go out and do this and become a new person. And he has really enjoyed taking that experience and knowledge and moving it forward to other individuals. Our other coworker, McKay, which you've seen in a couple of videos if you've been around for a bit, he is doing it this year in May, and Joe is definitely sharing that information or experiences that he got to acquire along his trip and journey and stuff. So I do the same thing when I am educating somebody in the store for their next adventure or their journey on maybe commuting to work and stuff. I take that and give it back into the world or society. So it's kind of a big motivator for me to share what I've gone through and what experiences I've had, even equipment and stuff like that, things I've learned along the way. But kind of big motivator why I do this. I work at a bike shop, leaving IT for 20 something years, just so that I can maybe expose more people to this amazing world of going by bike, enjoying outdoors as much as you can, physical fitness and all that kind of stuff. But that's one of my main motivators, is to share what I've learned and hopefully get more people out there. Why I go by bike, motto that Trek has had for a bit, but also something that I've done for years, since 07 when I got my first Trek or first bike. It can be more convenient. There's been several times when I've been commuting to work and whatnot on several long rides. I've passed up cars several times because you stop at nearly every light. And by the law of average, if you do a certain pace, you're going to hit the same thing every time. So going by bike has kind of become secondhand to me. I think it's a great way for just getting anywhere, especially if you've got kind of like the larger city we're in here. You can get anywhere pretty quick and hopefully safely by bike. And with all the gear and everything you can add up onto a bike, you can do whatever you need with a bike. There's cargo bikes, there's Panairs, there's setup like I have and stuff. And I can go grocery shop, bring everything back home, and I wouldn't have to use a vehicle. So Go By Bike is more about getting out in nature, not having to worry about using your regular transportation, but also getting out in the world. People, I think, are missing out a ton by just zipping past their everyday life in a vehicle. They miss out on so much, or what new things have come up or changes that happen. So by bike, it slows you down a little bit and can kind of maybe ground you a bit more, but it also frees you a little bit because there's less stress, worrying about gas or traffic and lights and all that kind of mess. You can eliminate that definitely going by bike. So it's kind of a huge motivator for me, because now that I've been at Trek almost 19 something months now, and there are more than likely a handful of times I've actually gone by car. So it's been kind of nice that I have a somewhat cheap transportation that I can take, that I don't have to bother with filling up or paying for insurance, things like that. So there's a big monetary value behind saving all that money and not having to blow it on $4 or $5 a gallon kind of gas. Although we've got a Prius, so it definitely makes more efficient driving anyway. But definitely not having two vehicles in the house, two insurances, things like that, has made a huge difference on our budget and maybe saving as much as we can. So Go By Bike's huge for budget, therapy, mental, physical, and everything. Why work at a bike store? Definitely different from retail shops or other retail shops. With working at a bike store, is very specific to just that. It's bikes, and I think majority of the people that are in bike stores or start bike stores or work at bike stores, they are really already grounded in the community or want to become part of the community, but also are motivated by sharing our passion, our knowledge, and experiences with those that are not so much in it. So we definitely gravitate towards working in a bike store to maybe help others, or maybe benefits on the side from keeping up materials or the newest technology and stuff. So there's a huge push to kind of be the best, but also ensure that you've got the newest stuff, but also educate individuals on that new stuff. Like, it's crazy. I got into this, and probably about 5 years ago, you could not have disc brakes on road bikes. Well, now it's just general that every bike there is comes out with disc brakes. So it's all that stuff has gone away with the old rotors and stuff like that. So the advancement in through just a couple of years is nice to be almost, if you're in a retail store, on the forefront of it, and you begin to experience those things or try those things. Now electric bikes are huge, so everybody's getting into electric bikes. So it's kind of nice to be at the forefront of that and understand what's going on, and hopefully see where the community's going, or where kind of the industry is moving towards. So it's a huge motivator like that. If you're geeking out on this kind of material, and this brake does this and this brake does this or whatever, but it's also nice to share your passion as well. I think that's what a lot of the people in the bike world do, is I'm going to learn this and maybe regurgitate it and give it back to somebody else, or learn more from it and move into engineering or something like that. But to be in a world that's kind of tight knit, it's nice to be able to share that with others and really have a storefront to do it. And I think that's what's been huge about me moving into a bike store or Trek, that I could take everything I learned and experienced and give it back to the community or our customers and stuff like that. Kind of on that same topic of why you work in a bike store. Well, I mean, you want the coolest stuff. You want the coolest gadgets, you want the newest gadgets. So you're going to be on the forefront of what's coming out, or even you maybe keep up with news a bit more of what's going on with the industry or even your company. It's nice to see or learn the behind the scenes on why we've moved to bigger tires, lower air pressure on bike tires and stuff like that. Because how much better it is compared to ancient knowledge or old knowledge. So it's kind of nice to be in the know, or even the head of the know, to see where the industry's going and keep up with the best. I learned this a lot when with my checkpoint. I'd already had it maybe a month and a half or so, and everybody's like, "Hey, get the carbon rims, get the carbon rims," and I was like, "Yeah, you know, and why do I need to invest, you know, some $1,300 something on these wheels to make a better ride?" And as soon as it happened, ride home, it was a completely different ride. There's so much advancement and new like technology, but also fun in this newer stuff, that you begin to understand why people promote certain things, promote the higher end carbon or the lighter tires or the quicker stopping brakes or the new electronic shifting that you just don't feel or hear or anything like that, because there's a benefit from it. It makes riding different. It makes it more pleasurable and fun, that you kind of want to be on the forefront of that so that you can always receive kind of the best. And especially with the wheels I kind of got the better wheels. I didn't get the best wheels, and I understand now why I would go up to the next. Because you want a different feel on the bike, or maybe you're in competition. You got to understand to save grams or more aerodynamic to be a quicker, faster rider and really show what the product can do. So it's a huge reason why a lot of us get into this and share this information of, man, I bought the cheap stuff before. I bought the stuff that barely worked or broke because it was so cheap. And now kind of being in a retail store or in the bike world, that I can understand, pay the extra. It's going to last you a lot longer. That initial budget of a huge amount extends out a lot further than that cheaper stuff that you're going to rebuy. So it's a huge reason why kind of you get into the bike world and why we kind of get the best stuff. Because you always want to move forward. Even at small little changes that I've done on my bike, a carbon seat post or carbon stems or handlebars, you can feel that difference along the way. And I think that's what a lot of people go into it, because I want to be on the best. I want to be on the forefront of what's coming out, or I'd really like to delve into more of this technology and show people why it's awesome, but also enjoy that experience and have a little bit of fun while kind of learning a lot from it, because I've learned so much on how Trek, the company itself, has done and spent a lot on research and development just to make better bikes, better equipment, things like that. So it's kind of huge plus to be in the industry, because it moves you forward a lot faster than you would be, oh, what's the newest thing on this or that or YouTube? Who says this about what? So to be in it is kind of a huge reason why a lot of people get into stores and work at the industry level, because you can pick up a lot of stuff and there's a lot of rewards from it as well. So what's next for this? I like doing this. It's been a year. I like sharing the information. growing followers, growing information, distributing the information, and sharing as much as I can with my experiences, and all the ups and downs that I've found in cycling, which I learned long ago. There's a huge hill coming up. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be horrible. I'm gonna die. Why am I doing this? And then you crest, and then you descend, and then it's absolute joy. So I want to continue that. I want to continue to share with everybody my experiences and knowledge, and hopefully grow this into being a great community on why bikes are amazing and what all you can do with bikes, but also kind of the behind the scenes. I'm going to do some reviews on my cameras, and right now I'm using one of my bike lights to light me at the moment, and so I'm going to show you different tricks that way, and hopefully expose you to YouTubing or social media, how you do this stuff on the daily. Really, I mean, it's nothing crazier than just point a camera at yourself, just divulging your information, sharing your information, but how you do it all behind the scenes and all the gear that you need. So I definitely want to continue with that, and promote this as well, because it's not just what I'm learning on a bike or what I've learned on a bike and all the stuff I do on a bike, but hopefully I can share with you how to create these videos and get this information out. So keep doing what I'm doing, move forward. I want to do longer adventures. I'm definitely jealous of all the guys in the north, northeast, northwest on their longer rides, or even these individuals that are doing tours across the world. I'm jealous of those because I don't have a great environment to go and do that, but I am ready to push that level. These guys that are cycling across, or guys and gals that are cycling across the U.S., super interested, and it is a bucket list that I've got ready to go soon, but hopefully continue with that in the future, educate on this, and hopefully keep moving this forward. Share that information. That's all it's about. But hopefully that's what's next. Hopefully y'all kind of stick around. I'm going to produce some more of these videos. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm releasing some more goodies. And hopefully I can help y'all in the future on how to do more awesome stuff. But thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll chat with y'all soon. Peace.